Welcome to my channel. Do you want to speak English with confidence but feel afraid of making mistakes? Maybe you understand English, but you can't speak when the time comes. Don't worry, you are not alone. In this video, I'll show you a simple 30-day English challenge using ChatGPT that can help you practice every day, build confidence, and improve step by step. Are you ready to take the challenge? Tell me in the comments, why do you want to learn English? Chapter 1. The first step changes everything. Learning English can feel difficult when you are just starting. You may watch English videos, read books, or download many learning apps, but you still feel nervous when it is time to speak. You know a few words, yet they disappear from your mind during a conversation. Maybe you are afraid that people will laugh at your mistakes. Maybe you think your pronunciation is not good enough. These feelings are completely normal. Almost every English learner experiences them. The good news is that speaking English is not about being perfect. It is about practicing a little every day. Every person who speaks English confidently today was once a beginner. They also made mistakes. They also forgot words. The only difference is that they did not stop. They kept moving forward, even when progress felt slow. Today, you are taking that same first step, and it may become one of the most important decisions in your learning journey. Think about learning to ride a bicycle. Reading a book about bicycles cannot teach you how to balance. Watching videos is helpful, but it is still not enough. You become better only by getting on the bicycle and practicing again and again. English works in the same way. You cannot become fluent by only watching lessons. You must use the language. You must speak, write, read, and listen every day. That is where ChatGPT becomes a powerful learning partner. It gives you a safe place to practice without feeling embarrassed. You can ask simple questions, make mistakes, and try again as many times as you need. There is no pressure to be perfect. You can learn at your own speed, and that makes the journey much easier. Instead of waiting for the perfect time to practice, you can start today with just a few minutes. Now imagine your life 30 days from today. You open your phone and answer simple questions in English without fear. You understand more words than before. You can write short messages with confidence. You can introduce yourself, talk about your hobbies, and even have small conversations. You may not become completely fluent in 1 month, but you will become stronger than you are today. That is the real goal of this challenge. Progress does not happen overnight. It grows little by little, just like a small plant that becomes a strong tree with daily care. Every day you practice, your confidence grows. Every mistake teaches you something new. Every new word becomes another tool that helps you express your thoughts more clearly. When you stop worrying about being perfect, learning becomes more enjoyable and much less stressful. This 30-day English challenge is not about studying for many hours every day. It is about building a simple habit that you can follow without feeling tired or overwhelmed. Even 15 or 20 minutes of focused practice can create amazing progress over time. Each day, ChatGPT will become your conversation partner, your teacher, and your practice buddy. You can ask it to explain grammar in simple English, correct your writing, teach you new vocabulary, or have a friendly conversation with you. The more you use English, the more natural it will feel. At first, you may speak slowly. That is perfectly fine. Speed comes after confidence, and confidence comes after practice. So never compare yourself with someone who has been learning for years. Compare yourself only with the person you were yesterday. If you know one more word today, if you understand one more sentence today, then you are already moving forward. As we continue this challenge together, you will discover that learning English does not have to be stressful or expensive. You do not need to wait for the perfect teacher or the perfect classroom. The most important thing is your willingness to practice every single day. ChatGPT is simply a tool, but your consistency is what creates real results. In the next chapter, I will show you exactly how to set up your daily English practice with ChatGPT, what prompts to use, and how to make every practice session simple, enjoyable, and effective. That is where your real transformation begins. Chapter 2. Meet your new English practice partner. Imagine having a teacher who is available every hour of every day. You do not need to book a class. You do not need to travel anywhere. You do not need to feel embarrassed if you ask the same question many times. That is one of the biggest reasons ChatGPT can help English learners. It gives you a safe place to practice without fear. Many people stop learning because they worry about making mistakes in front of others. They become quiet, even when they know the answer. Over time, that fear becomes stronger than their desire to learn. But real learning begins when you stop trying to be perfect and start trying to improve. Every mistake is a lesson. Every question brings you one step closer to speaking with confidence. ChatGPT gives you the freedom to learn at your own pace, and that can make a huge difference in your English journey. The best part is that you do not need advanced English to start. You can begin with very simple sentences. For example, you can type, "Help me learn English like a beginner," or "Please talk to me using easy English." You can ask ChatGPT to explain difficult words in simple language. If you do not understand a sentence, ask it to explain again using easier words. If you make a grammar mistake, ask it to correct your sentence and explain why it was wrong. There is no need to feel shy because no one is judging you. You can practice one sentence 10 times if you want. That kind of repetition is powerful because it helps your brain remember new words and sentence patterns naturally. Little by little, the language becomes familiar, and your confidence starts to grow. Now think about your daily routine. Maybe you wake up early for work or school. Maybe your day is busy, and you believe you have no time to study. The truth is that you do not need hours of free time. Even 15 or 20 minutes of focused practice every day can bring real progress. You can practice while drinking your morning tea, during your lunch break, or before going to bed. The important thing is to make English a daily habit. Ask ChatGPT one question every day. Learn 5 new words. Write a short paragraph about your day. Read the correction carefully and try again. Then spend a few minutes having a simple conversation. These small activities may seem easy, but when you repeat them every day for 30 days, you will notice a big improvement. Success is not created by one perfect day. It is created by many small days of consistent effort. There will be days when you feel excited, and there will also be days when you feel tired or discouraged. That is completely normal. Every learner experiences ups and downs. The secret is not to stop. If you miss one day, simply continue the next day. Do not waste your energy feeling guilty. Focus on moving forward. Remember that learning English is a journey, not a race. Some people learn faster, while others need more time. Your goal is not to compete with anyone else. Your goal is to become a little better than you were yesterday. Every conversation with ChatGPT is another chance to practice. Every corrected sentence is another opportunity to improve. Every new word is another building block for your future confidence. Stay patient with yourself, because real progress often happens quietly before you notice it. As you continue this challenge, you will discover that practicing English does not have to feel stressful or boring. It can become one of the most enjoyable parts of your day. The more you speak, read, write, and ask questions, the more natural English will feel. Soon you will stop translating every sentence in your mind and begin thinking more directly in English. That change does not happen overnight, but it begins with one simple decision to practice today. In the next chapter, We will build your daily 30-day routine step by step so you always know exactly what to do each day and never feel confused about your next lesson. Chapter 3. Build a daily habit that lasts. Many people believe they fail to learn English because they are not smart enough. The truth is very different. Most learners do not fail because of a lack of ability. They struggle because they do not have a simple daily habit. They study for 3 or 4 hours on one day, then stop for an entire week. After a few days, they forget many of the words they learned. This makes them feel disappointed, and they start thinking that English is too difficult. But learning a language is like watering a plant. If you water it only once in a while, it will not grow well. If you give it a little water every day, it becomes stronger over time. Your English works the same way. Even 15 or 20 minutes of daily practice is more valuable than studying for hours once a week. The secret is not studying more. The secret is studying consistently. Now let us create a simple routine that anyone can follow. Start your practice by greeting ChatGPT in English. Write something easy like, "Good morning, I want to practice English today." Next, ask ChatGPT to teach you 5 new words. Read each word slowly and learn its meaning. Then ask for 5 simple example sentences. Read them aloud even if your pronunciation is not perfect. After that, write a short paragraph about your day using some of the new words. It can be about your family, your work, your school, or even what you ate for breakfast. Ask ChatGPT to correct your mistakes and explain them using simple English. Finally, spend a few minutes having a short conversation. Answer the questions in your own words instead of copying the examples. This small routine may look simple, but if you repeat it every day, your confidence and vocabulary will grow much faster than you expect. At first, you may notice that you read slowly or take a long time to answer simple questions. Please do not let that discourage you. Every beginner feels this way. Think about a child learning to walk. The child falls many times before walking confidently. Nobody expects the child to walk perfectly on the first day. Learning English is no different. Every mistake is part of the learning process. Instead of feeling embarrassed, become curious. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this mistake? Then ask ChatGPT to explain it again in easier words. You will soon realize that making mistakes is not a sign of failure. It is proof that you are practicing and improving. Every corrected sentence teaches you something valuable, and every new lesson makes the next conversation a little easier. Another helpful habit is to use English outside your practice sessions. Try naming the objects around you in English. Say door, window, phone, or table when you see them. Think about your daily plans in simple English. If you are cooking, say the names of the food and the actions. If you are walking outside, describe what you see. These small activities train your brain to think in English instead of translating every word from your native language. The more often you use English in everyday life, the more natural it becomes. You do not need to speak perfectly. You only need to keep using the language. Little by little, your confidence will replace your fear, and speaking English will begin to feel easier than ever before. By the end of these 30 days, you may be surprised by how much you have changed. You will remember more vocabulary, understand more conversations, and feel much more comfortable expressing yourself. The biggest victory will not be knowing hundreds of new words. It will be believing in yourself. Once you build the habit of practicing every day, learning English becomes a normal part of your life instead of a difficult task. In the next chapter, we will explore how to improve your speaking skills with ChatGPT and overcome the fear of talking in English, even if you are shy or lack confidence. Chapter 4. Speak without fear. The biggest challenge in learning English is not grammar or vocabulary. For many people, it is fear. You may know the right words, but when it is time to speak, your heart starts beating faster. You worry that your pronunciation is wrong. You wonder if people will laugh at you. Sometimes you become so nervous that you stay silent, even when you want to say something. This happens to millions of English learners around the world. The important thing to remember is that confidence does not come before speaking. Confidence comes because of speaking. Every conversation, every mistake, and every new sentence helps you become a little braver. The first few attempts may feel uncomfortable, but that feeling will slowly disappear as you continue practicing. You do not need to sound like a native speaker. Your goal is to communicate clearly, and every small conversation brings you closer to that goal. One of the easiest ways to practice speaking is by using ChatGPT as your conversation partner. You can ask it to act like a friend, a teacher, a shopkeeper, or even someone you meet while traveling. For example, you can say, "Let's have a simple conversation at a coffee shop," or "Pretend you are interviewing me for my first job." Answer each question in your own words, even if your sentences are short. If you do not know a word, ask ChatGPT to teach it to you. If your grammar is incorrect, ask for a correction and a simple explanation. You can repeat the same conversation several times until you feel comfortable. Each time you practice, you will notice that you speak a little faster and with less fear. This is how real confidence grows. It is built through repetition, patience, and the willingness to keep trying, even when speaking feels difficult. Another powerful habit is to speak out loud every day. Do not worry if no one is listening. Read a short paragraph from a book or from ChatGPT. Repeat it slowly and clearly. Then try saying the same idea using your own words. You can also talk about your daily routine, your favorite movie, your family, or your dreams for the future. If you have a phone, record your voice for 1 or 2 minutes. When you listen to the recording, you may notice mistakes or words that are difficult to pronounce. That is perfectly normal. Instead of feeling disappointed, think of it as useful feedback. Every recording shows you where you can improve. After practicing the same topic for a few days, record yourself again. You will be surprised to hear how much smoother and more confident your English sounds. Small improvements are easy to miss in one day, but they become very clear after weeks of consistent practice. There will still be moments when you forget words or make mistakes. That does not mean you are going backward. It means you're learning something new. Even people who speak English fluently sometimes forget words or say the wrong thing. The difference is that they keep talking instead of giving up. You can do the same. If you cannot remember one word, use different words to explain your idea. Communication is about sharing your message, not speaking perfectly. The more you focus on expressing your thoughts instead of avoiding mistakes, the more relaxed you will become. Over time, you will notice that English feels less like a school subject and more like a natural way to connect with people. That is the moment when real progress begins. As your confidence grows, you will discover that speaking English is no longer something to fear. It becomes an exciting skill that opens new opportunities, new friendships, and new experiences. Every conversation with ChatGPT prepares you for real conversations in everyday life. You are building a strong foundation, one sentence at a time. In the next chapter, we will learn how to remember new vocabulary naturally so that the words you study today stay with you for a long time and become part of your everyday English. Chapter 5. Remember words the smart way. Learning new English words is exciting, but forgetting them can be frustrating. Many learners spend hours memorizing long vocabulary lists, only to realize a few days later that they remember very little. If this has happened to you, do not feel discouraged. Your memory is not the problem. The real problem is the way many people try to learn vocabulary. Words are easier to remember when you use them in real situations, instead of simply reading them again and again. Think about the names of your close friends. You remember them because you use them often, not because you memorized a list. English vocabulary works in the same way. The more you see a word, hear it, say it, and use it in your own sentences, the stronger it becomes in your memory. Instead of trying to learn 50 new words in one day, focus on learning 5 useful words and using them many times. Small steps taken every day create results that last much longer. ChatGPT can make this process simple and enjoyable. Every day, ask it to teach you 5 new words that are useful in daily life. You can choose topics like food, travel, work, school, shopping, or hobbies. After learning the meaning of each word, ask ChatGPT to use it in easy sentences. Read those sentences aloud and repeat them slowly. Then create your own sentences using the same words. Even if your grammar is not perfect, that is completely fine. Ask ChatGPT to check your writing and explain any mistakes in simple English. You can also ask it to create a short story using the new vocabulary. Stories are easier to remember because your brain connects words with ideas and emotions. The more interesting the practice feels, the easier it becomes to remember what you have learned. Another helpful method is to connect new English words with your everyday life. If you learn the word kitchen, look around your kitchen and say the names of the things you see. If you learn the word happy, think about a moment that made you smile today. If you learn the word journey, remember a trip you enjoyed. These personal connections help your brain store information more naturally. You can also keep a small vocabulary notebook or a note on your phone. Instead of writing only the word and its meaning, write one simple sentence that is true about your life. For example, if the new word is exercise, you might write, I exercise every morning. Because the sentence is personal, it becomes easier to remember. Every time you review your notebook, you are not only reading words, you are remembering real experiences connected to those words. Do not worry. If you forget some vocabulary, forgetting is a normal part of learning. The important thing is to review the words regularly and keep using them. Every time you remember a word after forgetting it, your memory becomes stronger. Think of your brain like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Instead of saying, I forgot this word again, say, now I have another chance to learn it better. This small change in thinking can make a big difference. Learning English is not about having a perfect memory. It is about giving yourself many opportunities to see, hear, speak, and write the language. Over time, the words that once felt new will become a natural part of your daily conversations, and you will notice yourself speaking with greater confidence and less hesitation. By now, you have learned how to build a daily habit, practice speaking, and remember new vocabulary more effectively. Each step is making your English stronger than it was yesterday. The journey is not about being perfect. It is about making steady progress every single day. In the next chapter, we will discover how to stay motivated during the 30-day challenge, overcome difficult days, and continue learning even when you feel like giving up. That mindset can make the difference between quitting early and achieving the confidence you have always wanted. Chapter 6. Never give up on your English journey. There will be days when learning English feels easy, and there will also be days when it feels impossible. Some mornings, you will open ChatGPT with excitement and enjoy every lesson. On other days, you may feel tired, busy, or unmotivated. You might forget words you learned yesterday or struggle to understand a simple sentence. When that happens, you may start thinking, maybe English is not for me. But that is exactly the moment when you should keep going. Every successful English learner has faced these same feelings. The difference is not that they were smarter or more talented. The difference is that they refused to quit. They understood that progress is not always easy to see. Sometimes you improve little by little without even noticing it. Then one day, you suddenly realize you understand a video that once seemed impossible or hold a conversation that used to make you nervous. Those small victories are the reward for staying consistent. Whenever you feel discouraged, take a moment to look back instead of only looking ahead. Remember your first day of this challenge. Maybe you were afraid to write a single sentence in English. Maybe speaking even one line felt impossible. Now compare yourself with that version of you. You have learned new words, practiced conversations, corrected mistakes, and built a habit of learning. That is real progress. Do not compare yourself with someone who has been studying English for 5 or 10 years. Everyone has a different journey. Your only competition is the person you were yesterday. Celebrate every small achievement. If you learned 5 new words today, celebrate it. If you understood one more English sentence than yesterday, celebrate it. If you spoke for 1 minute without stopping, celebrate it. These small wins keep your motivation alive and remind you that every step forward matters. Another important lesson is to enjoy the journey instead of chasing perfection. Many learners wait until they believe their English is perfect before they start speaking. Sadly, that day never comes because perfection does not exist. Even fluent speakers make mistakes. The goal is not to speak perfect English. The goal is to communicate with confidence. Every time you speak, read, write, or listen, you are becoming a better English learner. ChatGPT is always there to support you. You can ask questions whenever you feel confused. You can practice conversations as many times as you want. You can receive corrections without feeling embarrassed. Think of ChatGPT as your learning partner, but remember that the real hero of this journey is you. Your effort, your patience, and your daily practice are what create lasting results. No app or tool can replace your commitment to keep learning. Now imagine yourself 1 year from today. Picture yourself speaking English with confidence during a job interview, while traveling, or when meeting new people from around the world. Imagine watching English movies without depending on subtitles all the time. Imagine reading books, understanding online courses, and opening doors to opportunities that once felt out of reach. That future begins with the small decisions you make today. One conversation, one lesson, one practice session at a time. Never underestimate the power of consistent effort. The person you dream of becoming is built through the habits you create every day. Keep believing in yourself, even when progress feels slow, because every day you continue is another step toward your goal. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. If this video inspired you and gave you the confidence to begin your 30-day English challenge with ChatGPT, please support the channel by liking this video, subscribing, and turning on the notification bell so you never miss our future English lessons. I would also love to hear from you. Tell me in the comments, what is your biggest challenge when learning English? And what is one goal you want to achieve in the next 30 days? Your answer may inspire someone else who is beginning the same journey. Remember, your English does not have to be perfect. It only has to improve a little every day. Keep practicing, keep believing, and I will see you in the next video.